Hello and welcome to our presentation of Book JP. JP stands for Jellystone Park, and this app was built exclusively for the Jellystone Park franchise system. You can locate, view details, and book reservations directly through the app. The app runs on both iPhone and Android platforms. Let's go inside and take a look at some of the features of Book JP. The main screen is called the search screen. By selecting the looking glass on the navigation row, you can quickly return to this screen at any time. You may use this screen to look for parks by state or province, city, or even select your favorite parks for quick reference. The bottom two links discuss the benefits of staying at the Jellystone Park system, as well as the Club Yogi reward system, which allows you to earn loyalty points while you stay at Jellystone Parks. You can redeem these points for free camping nights or cool merchandise. We'll talk about this a little bit later. Let's take a look at the State Province tab. We'll click on this and then go down through, and we can see some of the states that have Jellystone Parks. We go down to the bottom here. Let's just go ahead and click on Wisconsin, and you can see a listing of all the parks here in Wisconsin that have Jellystone Parks. We can map the location of these by clicking on the map, and it will give us a nice convenient map of the area indicating all the Jellystone Parks. The parks with the red paws are able to be booked through the app, and the purple ones are not able to book directly through the app, but provide you with the phone number to call and make a reservation. We can also go through the city tab. If we know what city we're looking for, we can go ahead and type it in. Find the Nashville that we're looking for, and it'll bring us to the parks that have Nashville in the city or nearby, and we'll show you a little later on where you can set the radius for your mapping. You'll notice there's one here right in Nashville, and there's one a little bit further up the road here in Kentucky. By clicking on the paw, it will give you the actual name of the park, and you can quickly go right to their listing. The listing basically has their name and information here with the email address, and you can click on the phone button, email, to email them, or go directly to their website by clicking here. We also have pictures of the park, and you can fan through the pictures of the park to see what's available and what's happening at the park. Scrolling down a bit, you'll get a description of the park, and then there's some additional tabs that will tell you a little bit more about what they have at the park, the facilities, and so on. This gives you a detail of all the site types that they have, and we're going to talk about these check marks a little bit later. The facilities as well. So there's a whole list of facilities here. A list of recreation amenities and rentals. Okay, let's take a look now at the navigation tab. We already discussed the search button. Also, if you look to the right here, there's a nearby. This will give you your current location and let you know what Jellystone Parks are nearby the current location that you're at. In this case here, you can see there's 5 parks within my radius. Let's skip over reservations for now. That just tells us what reservations we've made through the system. And let's go to the setup. You'll notice in the setup, this is where we can set our radius range for distance. So when we're looking for a park, say for our example in Nashville, we looked at 150-mile radius from Nashville. You can set the miles in kilometers here as well if you prefer kilometers, and you can shorten your search area if you'd like. There's different options available. So let's just set ours down to 100 miles. And a little farther down, you'll see that it just defines what the pause mean. The red are bookable, the purple not, and this dot here will tell you exactly where you are on the map. And you'll notice up here that the park updates, or the app rather, updates automatically. So if there are new Jellystone Parks added, or there are changes to any of the park facilities, the app will automatically know that there's been some changes, and it will download the change for you. We're going to talk about the profile next, and the help we'll talk about a little bit later. The profile has its own navigation button, and it's the most critical thing of the app. So let's have a look at what this does. We can create a profile based on myself, which is Jim here, and what the profile will do is it will define some of the things that are most important to me when I'm looking for a park. So the very first thing, of course, it will take my name, email, and information so that once we get to the booking screen, I don't have to keep filling in this information each time. So it kind of saves all this information, my address, and so on. And down farther, it'll actually store my credit card number and expiry date. This is encrypted, so it can't be seen, or if someone wants to steal the phone, you would not be able to get this information off of the phone. Also, too, we'll talk a little bit later, we can submit our Club Yogi membership number, our Club Yogi rewards number. So once we enter that into the system, each time we book a reservation, we'll get credit for our stay through the Club Yogi Rewards program. Now if we select here the filter tab, this is where you kind of personalize your app to yourself. So you kind of want to figure out what amenities, facilities, and so on that you would like most when you're staying at a park. Then the system will then match the park with your preferences. So in this case here, I've got some preferences checked off that say I have a big rig. I may want to make sure that I have some of these features at the park that I'm going to. We also have the recreation that you'll be interested in. So I've got these checked off to my liking. And these are the more important things to me when I'm searching for a campground. And rentals, when I go, I might want to rent a golf cart at the campground, so that's important to me. And my kids like to pedal carts, so they'll want to do that as well. Let's go back up to the top. Let's just say I forgot to check off that I would like to be near or have a church service at the park that I stay at. So I'll put that as a request as well. Also, we can go to the sites and check off what types of sites I really are interested in. If I have a big rig motorhome, let's say I want a full hookup, pull through, I do like to have 50 amp, and it's a big rig because I'm towing a car, and also travel with my pet, so I want to make sure that pets are allowed. So you can customize this to whatever you like. Finally, and we'll illustrate this when we look back at the search screen again, you can have 4 critical amenities that you definitely want to have and want to see right up on the main search screen. So for me, I definitely have to have a big rig site. I'm traveling with my pets, so I definitely need to have pets allowed. I definitely want Wi-Fi, and I like to have a pool, and I have a 30-foot unit. So this can all be stored in the system. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we'll go back to the search and see where this all falls into place. From the search area, remember when we clicked on nearby, we were here in the Niagara area, so keep that in mind. Let's go back to search and let's go into state, province again, search. We'll go down to Indiana this time. Take a look here. We have, as you'll notice, there's a listing of all the Indiana parks. Now, here's what's interesting. The app basically sorts by distance, and we are in the Niagara area, and you can see that from where I am right now, this Jellystone Park at Barton Lake is the closest park to me at this point. So it shows the different distances from your current location. So this is one way that it can help you to locate a campground if you're looking for the closest campground to you. Second of all, you can sort either by alphabetical or you can go by match. And the match was important because that's where we set up our profile. In our profile, we put some of the details that we were interested in, some of the amenities and so on that we're interested in a campground. And you'll notice that this Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park in Pearston has the 75% match to what I was looking for. Then comes Jellystone Barton Lake. You'll see it's 72% match. Also Plymouth. And then when we get down to Portage, we start to go down 69% and so on. So it will then rank the campgrounds, trying to show the amenities that I was most interested in and give me the highest percentage of matching. Also, in the settings where I was setting the most important features of the campground, they show right here on the listing. So I can see that my big rigs is in green here, so the park can handle big rigs. Pets are allowed. Wi-Fi is available in swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool. If you notice down here, when we get down to Portage, the big rigs is in gray, so that they may have large sites, but not particularly suitable for big rigs. And so on down here as well. When you get to Knightstown, you'll see that they don't indicate that pets are allowed, so we're not showing that here as well. So once we get into, say, one of the campgrounds here, and we look at some of the amenities down here under the sites, we can see that we were looking for full hookup sites, and they do have that. They do have pull-throughs, they do have 50 amp, they do have big rigs, and pets are allowed. So those are things. Now the blue squares that are empty, they also have these features and these items as well at the park. So let's look at the facilities. Recall that I checked off church services or church nearby. They don't have that as one of my requests, but they don't have it. So it will show a null symbol here. Same for some of these other things that I had checked off as well. The green checks show that I was interested in this, and they do have it at the campground. The blank ones show that they do have these facilities, but I wasn't initially interested in having that at my park, so at the campground that I want to select, so it wasn't that important to me, but they do have these facilities like a restaurant, snack bar, and so on. Same with the recreation and as well, so we have lots of yeses and nos here as well. And the rentals, they do rent golf carts, so I can get my golf cart when I get there, and my kids will be happy they do have the pedal carts. But they also have pedal boats as well. Okay, hopefully that explains the reason for the profile and the power of the profile in searching for the ideal campsite. This final tab here, when we select it, just shows there's a little campfire, and these with the little campfires are bookable. That means you can book online. When we go ahead and select this park, we can book right through the app and make a reservation right through the app right away. One further thing to notice is this little This is the select. If you select this button here, it will add this park to your favorites. So this will show up in our favorites area. And also we can get directions to the park by clicking on the map directions, sort of like a Google instructions as well. So when we go back here now to the search screen and we click on our favorites, we can see that we have some favorites already selected here, but you can see the Barton Lake Park is one of our favorites as well. As you remember, we were looking earlier for the Nashville Park, so let's go ahead back through here and we'll go into Tennessee this time. And we'll click here on Tennessee and we'll pick Nashville Jellystone Park, and we'll go ahead and make a booking at that park. So since this park is bookable, we'll go ahead and click book now. The first thing that comes up is the campground terms and conditions. We'll accept that. Then we'll go on to booking our reservation. Let's just go ahead and select a 2-night stay for our motorhome, and we have a whole list of different types here, so we'll go ahead and select motorhome and the length as well. We preset that in our profile. We'll go ahead and search for a campsite that's available. So for this park, with the unit that I have, they're allowing me to go onto any of these sites. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the 50 amp site, and it's just reiterating the date range that I'm taking, and I'm going to add one adult to the party. So I'll have 2 people in this case, no children, they're staying home. I'm going to get a price from this park for a 2-night stay, and it's going to give me my price here. The estimated cost of the stay is $135.47, and the deposit required is $67.74, and the taxes are going to be $11.47. So we'll go ahead and go to the next step, which will then take me to the booking page. And the booking page again showing the information that I just saw on the previous screen. And what we can do at this point is it's going to use the profile that I've already set up. So my name and information is already done. Pretty much all the information is filled in, including my credit card and preferences and so on. I can add a note to the park if I want to, and just put in say shaded site. So I can put a little note to the campground operator, and they'll get that when I submit my reservation. And I'll just go ahead and say book my site. At this point, it's going to go through the system and book the reservation at the Jellystone Park in Nashville, and it's just going to give me all the information again in a compact format. So I'll see that my reservation details are all listed here as well. Okay, and if I want to review the terms again, I can do that here. So now when we go back to the beginning here, you'll see that we have a 1 in the reservations. That means that I can always go back and look at my reservations that I've made through the app and just basically double click and or select it, and it displays all the details of my arrival, departure, costs, and so on. So essentially that's how the app works. Let's go back here to the search screen, and let's just take a quick look at some of the information that they also provide about Jellystone Park franchises and the Club Yogi Rewards program. So first of all, if we click here or select the Jellystone, it will give you a bit of background on the Jellystone Park system, as well as some links to the actual website, the Club Yogi Rewards website, and some YouTube videos as well. The vacation planning and park experience has lots of information that you can scroll through and read up on some of the things that you can expect when staying at a Jellystone Park. Let's also look at the Club Yogi Rewards tab. This has plenty of information about how to get signed up for Club Yogi Rewards. And there's also a convenient way to check your reward points. So if I wanted to go ahead and find out how many reward points I have, I can just, since I already have my number selected in the system, I can go ahead and click on that and it will tell me how many points I have. So that's a quick way for you as a member to get information about your reward points and how many points you have available to you. It discusses lots of things about the program as far as how to earn points and how to redeem them through merchandise and free camping. So there's lots of information here. This will really help you into understanding of how everything works. And it's some frequently asked questions that you would normally be able to find out about here on the app itself without going onto the internet. Finally, let's have a look here at this little eye at the top of the screen. By selecting this, it'll tell us a little bit more about the app, how it was created and so on, the terms and conditions of the app and the privacy policy that the app runs under. There's a little bit more information about the how to use the app, some frequently asked questions, a video, and so on, some support, some technical support if you need anything further from the app itself. That pretty much wraps up our presentation today of BookJP. I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you at a Jellystone Park very soon. Thank you and have a great day.